Okay, so we're back with Nathan, but you're kind of switching gears a little bit because you're not playing co-host right now.
No,
You're playing guest.
You're in the solo seat now, and I'm a guest.
Yes, exactly, because we're talking tips for meeting a dog you don't know. It's funny because I think about this. I'm like, okay, how do I greet a stranger's dog? And I think I do it all the same. Like,
right.
Hi, buddy.
Exactly. And most people, what they do is they reach their hand out like this.
Yes.
But for a dog, that's something that can even feel threatening.
Okay.
So you have to watch dogs' body language, right, when you're approaching them. When a dog gets real still like this, you should not move any further. That's tension starting to build, and they can strike out of that.
Right.
Just let them be. Ears up, mouth closed, targeting. So when their ears go up and they do this and their mouth closes, you're in the crosshairs for something, and you have to be very careful in that case. Now, if the ears are relaxed, tail's relaxed, mouth's open, you're usually in good shape. However, still avoid a direct approach. You don't want to walk straight up to a dog like this, because that's a confrontational way to come up. Even a submissive dog that's not a dominant dog will be uncomfortable with that a little bit.
Yeah.
So what I do, instead of coming this way to a dog, I sit 90 degrees to a dog and go like this and let them come to me.
Oh, sort of a
yes, and
like
you call
this.
them over. If they don't want to come, I don't want to force them.
Yeah.
You don't want to meet everybody that you see on the street, and they don't either. So
And they don't want to
honor
meet
that.
you.
Yeah, if they don't want to meet you, just hold up.
All right, fair enough.
If it's really important not to force a dog to come to you, and if you are a dog owner, don't yank the dog over to people. That makes them feel unprotected, like you're forcing them.
Yeah.
That is not something you want to do with a dog. If you want them to acclimate to somebody, let them go to the person and smell.
This is a little silly, but it kind of reminds me of kids. Like, you know, they say, don't force, go hug
Say
this
hi,
person,
honey.
go hug, go give them a kiss. It's like they may not feel comfortable doing that in their own space. So you have to respect that.
Exactly. And it's the same with dogs. Now, when you do pet them, if a dog comes over, I never do this over the top of them, because that too can be something that is a little threatening to them.
Think about that.
Under the chin. I always do this under their chin.
Yeah.
To start with, and then maybe down the chest.
So if I'm in my neighborhood and I see somebody that I don't know, I've never met before, and their dog, and it's a beautiful dog, and or it's so cute, I want to go say hi. Do I ask the owner? What's the proper way? What
I would do is say, oh, hey, is it okay if I greet your dog? Then don't go walk up to, remember the dog's on the end of a leash and can't get away. So even if it was in a fence, it could just move away from you if it wasn't comfortable, but it can't.
Okay.
When a dog feels trapped, they get real uneasy. So if I ask, can I greet your dog? I'll stoop down like this and call it, and the dog will come over and smell. Now, just because a dog's smelling you doesn't mean they want you to pet them either. Dogs smell to acclimate. Not to invite petting.
I need dogs to be able to talk, so I know.
Amber, that's a hard ask. I wish I could do that for you. Beyond the scope of what I'm able to do.
I know. Maybe you'll get there eventually.
Yeah, but just honor a dog's need to be calm and to not feel threatened. And when you approach them directly and reach a hand, they're not comfortable till they get a good smell of you.
And their space.
Yeah, their space.
Well, we appreciate your thoughts as always. We do have a viewer question for you because we asked you guys to submit them for us. This one is from Gloria J. Matthews out of Greenfield. She says, our corgi barks when the telephone rings, when she hears a noise, etc., and it is driving us insane. We spray her with water to get her to stop it. Is there a better way to get her to stop doing this? I could see how that would be frustrating.
Yes, definitely. So a couple things come to mind, and that is a great question, Gloria. What often happens is when we respond, telephone rings, someone knocks on the door, we say, oh, somebody come back, and the dog's same way. So first of all, keep your own cool.
Okay.
Set that tone. Then the water thing can distract a dog temporarily, but it doesn't teach their brain to leave it alone. It just says, oh, water
like
comes
a temporary
out.
Fix,
yes, it's temporary. What I do is I get whatever the dog's pointing, barking, I get between them, give them a little tap.
Yeah.
And say, hey, and usually they'll back up and stop at that point.
Okay. Well, there you go.
There you go. There's
things to keep in mind for sure. And just a reminder, if you maybe have a question or a concern about your dog, I think this is great because they can post on our Facebook page, Nathan, and basically leave you a comment.
Absolutely.
And say, you guys, free advice, you know, leave your comment there, and then he can answer and help you out with your own personalized situation, which I think is great. So Nathan, a big thank you to you playing guest this morning.